What an honor to be here at the Fashionsustain.Conference. My name is Mitterlehner. I'm from DSM. Now, DSM is a newcomer in this kind of event, and I'm not sure if any one of you heard already of the company. We are a global life science and material science company. And actually, if you pull out your pocket on your mobile phone, 100% of your mobile phones already contain materials from DSM. We are making mobile phones more sustainable, and also in the car industry, making cars lighter, so having less CO2 emission. And I'm very glad also that we got the opportunity, together with Vaude, to bring in our sustainable materials into the outdoor industry, which I'm going to talk about. One of the materials today, EcoPaXX, which I'm responsible for. And we also have a team here supporting me on this product. Now, DSM talks a lot about sustainability, but we are actually also recognized for it, and I think that's what we are proud of. We are committed to a sustainable future and driving sustainability in our operations, in the products that we make, but also together with our customers, how we can implement those products into more sustainable fashion collection, in that case with Vaude. So DSM has been recognized in the Dow Jones Sustainability Index as #1 for several years. But we have also been very recently recognized in the Fortune Change the World ranking as #2 of the world. And that indicates there's lots of actions within DSM on contributing to more sustainable products in different industries. Now, enough about DSM. So I want to talk about EcoPaXX, like Lara already mentioned, used in textiles, but also in some molded parts like buckles. Now, we are, as DSM, at the very beginning of the chain, so that's also the reason why we are relatively newcomers. So we basically produce the raw material to make yarns or to make buckles. And in this cooperation, we really worked across the value chain, and I will show you a little bit about that later. And that really made the difference, I think, also coming up with a new material in outdoor apparel for Vaude. What is EcoPaXX? EcoPaXX is a high-performance, bio-based polyamide for sustainable outdoor wear. Available, we are working in woven, but also in knitted fabrics. EcoPaXX combines sustainability with high performance. So we are not compromising on performance, and I think that was also already mentioned by Lara for Vaude. For the outer shell, they need a high-performance material. Cannot compromise, especially in outdoor wear, on lower performance. So EcoPaXX combines, on the one hand, sustainability aspects. EcoPaXX is 70% bio-based, has lower carbon emissions, is recyclable, and therefore also contributing to this whole concept of circular economy thinking. And on the other hand, if you talk about apparel as a textile, on the outer shell, it performs or even outperforms existing fossil-based solutions under wet and high-temperature conditions, which, of course, you can imagine in outdoor apparel is something that is rather important. Durability, and that's also partially linked to sustainability, of course. A material that has keeps its properties for a long time can also translate into a longer lifetime of a jacket or pants. Again, going back a little bit, a combination of performance and sustainability. And then thirdly, a very soft and silky touch, and that's what we discovered ourselves, a little bit by surprise, but something, of course, which is, especially in the fashion industry, something important. Now, what is the bio-based source that I'm talking about in EcoPaXX? So EcoPaXX is based on castor oil. Castor oil is mainly originating from India. It's grown in the Gujarat area, which is a very dry area. You cannot grow a lot of other materials there, so cotton is also planted there. But it's definitely not an area where you could, for example, grow food. And that is very important. So for EcoPaXX, and the castor oil basis is non-competing with the food chain, and we as DSM find it very important because we want to bring materials to the market that are sustainable and also not in competition with the food chain. Castor plants can grow on very poor soil. don't need much of irrigation, so also again, sustainability aspect, and they're ultimately then transformed, so the beans are harvested and transformed into castor oil. And from that castor oil, there's one other step, and then it's transformed into a polyamide like EcoPaXX. Now, how does this work? I already mentioned it's 70% bio-based, so we still have 30% fossil component in there. Theoretically, you could make 100%, but again, it's the balance between sustainability and performance, and also making 100% bio-based route technology-wise, 100% feasible takes a little bit more work. So we have two building blocks, 30% fossil-based, 70% bio-based, and the bio-based is, as I just mentioned, castor oil. This bio-based content has been certified by external institute, so of course it's nice if we say that, but we really also have certified this bio-based content. On the carbon footprint, and that is thinking about Paris Agreement and how, of course, in manufacturing of products to lower carbon emission is something that we are also focusing on, and that's also what we are actively working on with customers, understanding the carbon footprint of a product. Irene, my colleague who is sitting here, she is an expert around life cycle analysis, so looking into different kind of materials and how do they compare, not only from a bio-based perspective, so bio-based as such does not always mean it's lower carbon emission. And I think that's, there are more aspects to sustainability than just thinking about bio-based. And what with EcoPaXX, we are really also seeing that because of the energy efficiency of the production process and the carbon process, it's lowering the carbon footprint of the product as we deliver it. And we are going further in that. So we're also making life cycle analysis even of final products with our products in it. Of course, recyclability and run for circularity is the topic here. And it's a very hot topic at the moment if you read the news about the European Commission strengthening really the recycling loops of materials. And I think that's a very, very good direction to go. The recycling concept, of course, requires a cooperation on the one hand from material suppliers, producers, brand owners, but also consumers itself to really make that work. And EcoPaXX can be recycled even in a closed-the-loop concept. It's thermally very stable, so that means it can also keep its properties on a comparable or same level after recycling. And I think that's also important to note. Yeah, then something, and I mentioned that's more the performance side of it. So sustainability is one aspect, the performance promise is another one. So EcoPaXX has, compared to other polymers that are already used, especially in the outdoor industry, a higher retention of properties, especially if you're operating in moist or wet conditions. And that is something important in the outdoor. So contributing also to longer durability or increased durability. And the silk and soft hand feel, and of course, I can describe it in 2 words, but I invite you to visit the booth of Vaude and touch and feel the parts that are made of EcoPaXX to really experience that. Yeah, then to closing off from my side, so we have been working with Vaude on this, for us, relatively new concept. As I said, we are very much in the beginning of the value chain producing the materials, but we have worked across different partners, have mastered quite some hurdles in scaling up. But I think the very close cooperation and exchange of all partners really made it possible in a relatively short period of time to bring that to the fashion show and the launch of the collection where we are today. So away from the traditional sequential way of working, material suppliers somewhere there and brand owners there, no, we all bring that together. So yeah, that's it from my side. EcoPaXX, a high-performance polyamide for outdoor wear. Thank you, Vaude, for inviting us and giving us the opportunity to also share the product attributes from our side.